When it comes to stocks, whether it's AMC or any other stock you might be looking at buying, looking at selling, or just looking at investing your money for the long term, well, everybody may have his opinion, especially the so-called experts, the financial gurus, the guy and or the ladies with influence, so much influence that whenever they speak, whenever they appear on CNBC, on TV, or tweet something about any companies or any stock or any assets, people will tend to listen closely. Well, in this video, I want to show you exactly how sometimes these people to which we may listen to are not the proper one to actually get the best of our attention to, especially when it comes to AMC stock. Because at the beginning of this month, Robert Kiyozaki, which we all know, or some of us know, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad author, gave us a pretty doom and gloom prediction about where the stock market is heading. Biggest crash in world history. Personal finance expert Robert Kiyozaki predicts economic crisis in October. Another article from Yahoo. The biggest crash in the world history hits in October. He said everything will crash down, from crypto to stocks to commodities, gold included. Another example, another article. Rich Dad Poor Dad author predicts a giant stock market crash in October, says he won't sell Bitcoin yet. Well, it's pretty interesting because when you look at the market, when you look at the Dow Jones, for example, he mentioned this around September 30th, all right, September 30th. And so far, since he mentioned that, the market gained more than 5.6%. More than 5.6%. Not straight, but we did have, ups and downs based on, it's the market. It goes up, it goes down. And looking at how the earnings that we received so far from the biggest companies composing most of the weight into the major indexes like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ are pretty damn good for a third quarter. So just to say, this is one of these examples, situations where you heard about this, you listen, you observe, and then you actually came to what I'm sharing with you now, and you see that, interesting. Now, looking back at what somebody on Twitter posted, right? These are all the times Robert Kiyosaki mentioned a stock market crash was coming. But when you look at the chart, it's pretty interesting because anytime this is going back to 2011, right? April, the crash is not over. Yeah, it is true. It wasn't over. But after that, boom, market went up. September 2015, I've been predicting since 2002 that we will see a stock market crash in 2016. Maybe here was a market crash he was referring to. But after that, things recovered pretty well, get down again, pulled back, sold off, and then recovered. But most importantly, when you look at what he mentioned in 2020, crash only beginning. Buffett says when tide goes out, you see who's been swimming naked. All right. So this was here in 2020, April 2020. What happened since then? Boom. The biggest market rally we've ever seen. And then here we are in September 30th. And he said, well, biggest crash market ever is going to happen. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 10 times where he predicted a market crash to happen and we saw nothing happening. We still have 4 days to go for October, you might say, but when I look at the chart here from the Dow Jones or even the S&P, I can't help but to be bullish. Again, I may be wrong here because we still have 4 days to go into the month of October. So maybe tomorrow or on the 29th or even on the 30th, we might experience a market crash. Now, moving on to somebody else having a lot of influence into the market, Cathie Wood. Back in May of this year, Cathie Wood mentioned that oil is going to be capped at $70 a barrel. Do you know where oil is currently trading at? $84 for the West Texas. And the Brent, it's even higher, $86. And lots of experts into the oil market and the commodities, given the geopolitics and the parameters, the drivers moving this market, I mean, it's not going to stop anytime soon. So just to say that, guys, if you base your conviction on any stock, whether it's AMC or any other stock you might hold, before you buy, make sure you do your research. Make sure you do your diligence. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to people, especially people who are expert in financial, gurus. But at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your gain, it's your loss. You decide to push the buy button or to push the sell button, not based on what somebody said, even if it's me. I'm just a random guy doing videos on YouTube, okay? I might have reasons why I'm saying buy or sell in specific particular stock, but you shouldn't base your conviction off of what I am saying or Kathy Wood is saying or Warren Buffett is saying just because you have the final say. You have the final responsibility and accountability because you will be the only one to blame if you sold or if you bought, all right? Now, if you sold around $70 any stock in the oil market, I mean, you would have been losing a ton of money that you left on the table. I mean, same thing here with Robert Kiyozaki. If you sold your indexes or some of the stocks you hold here because you were anticipating the biggest market crash ever, same thing in 2020, when everything was just here, like boom. I mean, you would have lost so much money that you left on the table. So just to say, as it comes to AMC stock, be very smart as well. I mean, people like Jim Cramer, people like, whoever, even Elon Musk can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, if you don't have conviction into a specific stock, into holding or doing whatever with the stock, I mean, it's your responsibility.